Either way, Iran is better placed than Pakistan, an army with a country with a big military budget, but clearly incapable of protecting itself. And I'll tell you why I say this. Let me show you a list. Iran, the United States, and India, all three countries have conducted targeted operations in Pakistan on Pakistani territory. And it's rare for these three nations to be in the same club. But somehow, Pakistan has achieved this feat. And now a fourth party is eager to join this list of opponents, the Taliban, the rulers of Afghanistan, once Pakistan's prodigy and strategic pawn, now their adversary. Pakistan and the Taliban have been at odds of late. The latest flashpoint is Torkham. It's an important border checkpoint, the Torkham border crossing. In the past year, it has been closed a number of times. Last weekend, Pakistan did it again. They closed it, closed the gates of Torkham for Afghanistan. There's a long queue of trucks on both sides of the checkpoint. The drivers were taken by surprise. They're being asked to show their passports and visas to enter Pakistan, and they're not used to it. They're not used or prepared for such security and scrutiny. Usually, they just pass the checkpoint without any papers or documents. There is no free trade regime per se, but this is how it works. It has worked for all these years. In the past, Pakistan has not implemented border checks. Now they're doing it. And the reason is not clear. But this has been going on for months, possibly because of the TTP, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, also known as the Pakistani Taliban. It's a terrorist organization and a close ally of the Taliban in Kabul. After they returned to power, the Taliban protected the TTP. Kabul protected the TTP. So Afghanistan is now a safe haven for them and a launch pad to strike Pakistan. The TTP has inflicted some serious damage. Since August 2021, after the return of the Taliban, more than 2,800 Pakistanis have been killed in TTP attacks. In September last year, they launched a more ambitious offensive, an incursion into Pakistan. They attacked Chitral, a district on the Pakistan-Afghanistan border. Reports say the TTP struck several villages. It was an attempt to grab land. The Pakistani forces were mobilized and they pushed TTP terrorists back into Afghanistan, but the incursion was a signal. The TTP clearly wants a foothold inside Pakistan, and Islamabad responded with a heavy hand again. It decided to expel Afghan refugees, 1.7 million of them. 1.7 million. They lived in Pakistan and they were asked to leave. The Taliban did not like it, the Taliban in Kabul. They started issuing aggressive statements. And look at the choice of words. The Taliban's prime minister said, and I'm quoting, Pakistan should adhere to Islamic principles. That message was addressed to both the government and the military of Pakistan. Another leader has issued threats. That's the Taliban's defense minister. He said, Pakistan should be mindful of consequences. But the harshest criticism came from this man, Sirajuddin Haqqani, the Taliban's interior minister, an old ally of Pakistan. He spoke about these refugee expulsions and declared them un-Islamic. But Islamabad was unmoved. It kept intensifying the crackdown by cutting off access to the border. In a tit-for-tat move, the Taliban are enforcing border checks on their side. They're stopping Pakistani trucks and asking drivers to show their passports and visas. And on some level, it's amusing to see this. Two sides that have never respected the law or the territorial integrity of neighbors indulging in visa checks. But in all seriousness, this face-off is escalating. Pakistan's relationship with the Taliban is deteriorating. It is now at odds with all its neighbors. And whichever way you look at it, it's not good news for the region.